very sad to start off the stream focusing on this, but at the same time, I think we can celebrate this person, and that person, of course, is Carl Weathers, who sadly passed away today. And I'm reading this via Deadline, who I imagine will provide us with more details, and I'm just going to read it. And then we'll kind of react to Carl Weathers' passing, and also remember his legacy and obviously his filmography. But Carl Weathers has died, a Rocky and Predator star who appeared in Happy Gilmore, The Mandalorian, and more, was 76 years old. So still fairly young, chat, in my opinion. Carl Weathers, who stars Apollo Creed in the first 4 Rocky films and appeared in Predator, The Mandalorian, Happy Gilmore, Action Jackson, Arrested Development, and dozens of other films and TV shows, died Thursday. His family announced he was 76. We are deeply saddened to announce the passing of Carl Weathers. His family said in a statement, he died peacefully in his sleep on Thursday, February 1st, 2024. Carl was an exceptional human being who lived an extraordinary life. Through his contributions to film, television, the arts, and sports, he has left an indelible mark and is recognized worldwide and across generations. He was a beloved brother, father, grandfather, partner, and friend. Born on January 14th, 1948 in New Orleans, Weathers appeared in more than 75 films and TV shows during his 50-year screen career. He, Grief Karga, I think that seems to be a mistake there, but Grief Karga, the head of the Bounty Hunters Guild, in 9 episodes of the Disney Plus Star Wars series, The Mandalorian, over its 3 seasons. The character became close to Pedro Pascal's Mando as the series progressed. Weathers was a 2021 Emmy nominee for the role and also directed a pair of episodes in season 2 and 3. Last month, Lucasfilm confirmed Mandalorian feature film, Mandalorian and Grogu, was in the works of series creator Jon Favreau to direct. It's unclear whether Pascal or any of the other series cast will be involved in the film, with it slated to begin production this year. Weathers showed off his comedy chops, a memorable arc on Arrested Development. He was very funny in that, playing a version of himself as an ad hoc acting coach who proudly offered tips on saving money at everything from food buffets to airport rides. He appeared in 4 episodes across the Emmy-winning series' first 4 seasons. He also appeared as police chief Hampton Forbes in more than 24 episodes of the 89-95 TV series In the Heat of the Night, starring Carol O'Connor and Howard Rollins. Weathers was a regular in the 1993-94 7th and final season, appeared in the post-series telefilms. And Weathers also voiced Combat Carl in the Oscar-winning Toy Story 4, after originating the character for the 2013 TV special Toy Story of Terror. And of course, obviously, Chad, he's best known for playing Apollo Creed in the Rocky films, starring opposite Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1987's Predator, as Dylan, as he's known the film. And of course, reprised his role throughout the Rocky franchise. And obviously also for playing the Derek Chubbs Peterson opposite Adam Sandler in Happy Gilmore, which that was a film on repeat in the Herman household back in the day in the late 90s and early 2000s. I was obsessed with those early Adam Sandler comedies. So seeing this, this surprised me, honestly. Again, because you don't know how anyone's health is, and it's family doesn't have to share any details. That's totally fine, but. I was surprised to see this come across my feed today because, he still stayed active. He seemed to have been having a career resurgence, just recently, thanks to, appearing in, more TV shows and films, obviously The Mandalorian, directing episodes and writing episodes. I was like, oh, wow, it was pretty cool to see him, everyone had probably expected him to also reprise his role as Grief Karga in, the Mandalorian movie. And so, it was sudden. It was very sudden, just, passing away as asleep. And not sure if they're going to reveal any more details. But maybe it was just, natural causes. He's in some of my, favorite films of all time. Obviously, in Rocky, which is, considered by, I think, many people as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, sports drama of all time. One of the most important films of the 1970s that birthed, one of the most, successful franchises that has gone on to, continue on with even, the Creed series. Funny enough, which is crazy, kind of carrying on, his legacy in a way. And I'm a huge fan of Predator. Predator is like one of my favorite 80s action films, one of my favorite Schwarzenegger's movies, and he has a major role in that film. That meme, Chad, that gif of Arnold and him just doing the bro fist, the bro handshake, it's incredible. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah. And he had great comedic chops. The other thing, as the article brought up, he was super funny in Arrested Development, but any millennials out there, Any 90s kids who were really into it, like Adam Sandler's earlier films, which were pretty entertaining, pretty solid. Happy Gilmore was in frequent rotation for me, and I love that character of Chubbs, who had his hand bit off by that alligator. It was a recurring gag throughout that film. So, no, he was a great actor. A great actor and a great creator, and I'm very sad to see that he passed away. But what about you guys? I want to hear your thoughts on Carl Weathers and your fondest memories and his variety of roles that he played throughout his career. What's your favorite Carl Weathers performance? What's your favorite Carl Weathers film? Let me know. What about you, Chill? Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit here. Yeah, he was in good shape. That's the other thing, too. He was, in pretty good shape. I mean, he's not, in Predator shape or whatever, but, I mean, it's impossible to maintain something like that, especially when you're in your 70s. But he looked good. He looked amazing compared to, a lot of 70-year-olds. It's like, Jesus, dude. He's in better shape than a lot of, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60-year-olds, Oh, man. Let's see here. Yeah, fairly young. Still fairly young. Yeah. I said, well, we're going to do a watch party for Action Jackson. That's the other thing, too. Carl Weathers, I wish he kind of had, he had a very successful career. Iconic characters across all different genres, no doubt. But he honestly could have been, he could have been, a leading man in so many other movies. He could have had, that Schwarzenegger, Stallone, action career, I feel like. And I think just because Action Jackson just wasn't received well and it did not do well commercially either, that maybe that kind of put the kibosh to that. But he still kept making movies and things. But he could have been a leading man. He had the charisma for it. Apollo Creed, anytime he's on screen, he's a very egocentric character. There's no doubt about that. But it's oh, wow. He's like a firecracker in whatever scene he's in. He's got so much personality. And I think, yeah, and across everything that he could be, he would have made a great action star just by himself and not having to play just the co-lead or a supporting character in some of these movies. I would have loved to have seen him do more stuff like that. Maybe he just didn't have those opportunities. Maybe they just weren't offered to him. So that's disappointing, though, because I think he definitely had it in him. Absolutely had it in him. People just didn't. I don't think a lot of companies took. They didn't take the risk with him, which they should have. Not that there would have been any risk involved, but they should have done that with him. I think that would have been awesome. Let's see here. Crummy Cuz R.I.P. indeed. Good to see you, Crummy. Clown Freaks didn't know till I read the scroll here. It really made me sad. I think I'll drink in his honor tonight. Grant, I would have a drink anyway. Fair enough. Let's see here. Koki, good to have you here. Yeah. Helped give us the greatest handshake. That handshake is fucking awesome. He has a rich film. He does. Yeah, some amazing, very important movies. Yeah, he passing asleep. He died the best way possible. That's true. That's one of the best ways to go. You don't even know what happened. Yeah, first Rocky's great. Rocky 4 is your favorite. Rocky's 4 is very fun. Really the only Rocky I don't like is the fifth one. All the other Rockies I think are either good to great, including the Creed films. I watched Predator a lot as a kid. Oh, me too, bad boy. I only just recently watched Rocky 1 and 2, and boy, the evolution of Apollo Creed over those two movies, from being kind of smug, thinking he was picking an easy fight with the rube like Rocky, being kind of a jerk in Rocky 2, and finally being Rocky's friend in parts. I love it when they're friends in parts 3 and 4. Oh my God, that beach scene, that fucking beach scene where they're just yeah, we're gonna watch that beach scene. We're gonna end it while watching that beach scene, Chad. It is so good. Oh my Lord. Let's see here. Sam Happy Gilmore was always playing the house when I was growing up, especially when I was a teenager. Yep. He made them tiny shorts sexy. Oh, yeah, he got them thick thighs. Fish Sycamore, Predator easily for me. It's a shame. It's upsetting to hear that he passed. Always remember him as Apollo Creed. Yeah. Predator, Rocky 4 for you, Edward. Then came back as Chubbs and a cameo Little Nicky. Oh, he did? When Nicky went to heaven and met his mom, played by Reese Witherspoon. Now the scene really hits harder now because I didn't even know he made a cameo in that movie. Look at that. Let's see. It's the gray facial for me. He looks good. He always looked good with a beard. He looks good. He made it work for him. The salt and pepper. He was so badass even when his arm got cut off a Predator. Oh, I love that scene. That's he's like, my fucking arm. He's still pissed off, but he kept fucking fighting against the Predator. No, that's an awesome scene. That always freaked me out. That moment when he got his arm blasted off. Ooh, looked rough too. So agreed. Happy Gilmore might be my favorite comedy that co-starred Oh yeah, it's up there. It's a really good comedy. Dylan, you son of a bitch. He absolutely had the look of a leading man. I don't think he just got the opportunities. So here's about R.I.P. Mr. Weathers. He's one of those actors who I feel have an incredible on-screen presence. Oh, definitely. He had the charisma. After watching the Rocky movies, Predator, I wonder why he wasn't bigger, at least household name says. I think it's, honestly, I think one of the big reasons is because that he didn't get the same opportunities as a Schwarzenegger and a Stallone is probably because he was black, during that time, during the, the 70s and 80s. And they didn't, most of those leads weren't black men. Not to say that there weren't black people in lead roles, but not really many in big action films. Like, I guess who was the first big action star who was black that kind of broke through, and Wesley? I guess it was Wesley Snipes, honestly. I think it was like Wesley Snipes. But I feel like I think that's maybe one of the big reasons why, sadly. And that's not fair at all, and that shouldn't have been the case because he had the charisma and he had the acting chops to be a leading man. But I think that played a role into it, and that's sad if that is indeed the case, and I think it is. As someone who hates golf, him and Adam Sandler actually found a way to make golf interesting, man. He gets eternal props for it. He did. Just tap it in. Get a little tappy. Tap, taparoo. Let's see here. Make the handshake email. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be a fun one to do. That'd be a good email. Edward. I like that. Yeah. Deepest sympathies to his family and friends during this difficult. Of course. Who do you think will replace him in The Mandalorian? I have no idea. I don't even know. I wouldn't have time to think about if they're going to replace another actor with him or they'll just kind of write him off. I imagine they would write him off, but we'll see. I'm not sure. Good question, though. But question for another time, I suppose. Or an answer I can give it another time. I was reading how when the showrunners of Arrested Development wanted to bring Carl Weathers on to do a bunch of Rocky jokes, it was Weathers' idea to play himself as being really cheap. That was brilliant. And I'm so glad they didn't do the Rocky thing because I was like, that's easy. That's such an easy thing. So I loved it that he just played like an exaggerated, fictitious version of himself who was just trying to save money all the time. He has that scene where he has like this rib. He's like, we got a stew going, baby. He was really funny. Krabby, you never seen Predator? Oh my God! All right, Joe, we might have to do a change tonight. Maybe in honor of Carl Weathers, we might have to change some things around. I was dead set on doing the running demolition man. We might have to change some things around, just because some people haven't seen Predator. We might have to do a Predator watch party. I think we might have to do that. Let me think about it a little bit. Predator would be a great one to do tonight. Let's see here. Now the ending, Happy Gilmore. He's like, it's Carl Weathers. It's the alligator who also died, and then it's Abe Lincoln. Oh, so good, Blackula. No, Naya. No. I don't think Blackula was the first one. It was Eddie Murphy. Oh shit, you're right, Malcolm. You're right. It was Eddie Murphy, Wesley Snipes, same years in the 80s, but realistically, I would. Oh, Shaft. Fair enough. So Richard Roundtree? You would say Richard Roundtree then? Yeah, I suppose so. So maybe like Richard Roundtree and then Eddie Murphy and then Wesley Snipes. Yeah, definitely Eddie Murphy. There's no question about that. Will Smith is later. That's more the 90s. Yeah, so Richard Roundtree. You're right. Richard Roundtree, I think that was the breakout. Yeah, good point, guys. Denzel Washington's the first biggest black guy I could think of. Yeah, but even then, I'm trying to think, Denzel Washington, was he like, because I think of, him in Glory, right? Because he wasn't the lead in Glory, like with Matthew Broderick. But in any case, his cameo appearance of Little Nicky is my close memory of Carl Weathers as well as Happy Gilmore. Yeah, he'll be missed. Fond memories of watching Carl Weathers growing up in the 90s more than deserves to be considered an icon. Oh, yeah, how about that? All I could say is thank you. Rest in power. Yeah, no. Definitely kind of. Yeah, I think we're gonna do a Predator watch. I think we're gonna have to move it around. Yeah, we'll move it around. We'll do Predator first tonight, and I think we'll do either Demolition Man or Running Man. I think that's what we'll do. In honor of Carl Weathers, Shan. In honor of Carl Weathers, we'll do Predator. Yeah. After looking for a good cut of Predator and had a term. Oh shit, man. Oh damn. I'll look for one. I'll see what we can find. Yeah, it's true. It might be hard to find one. Yeah. So okay. We'll definitely, if we can't do it tonight, we'll definitely do it in the near future. Let me look into it. Do it. I was going to send you Running Man Predator, but I couldn't find a good copy, so I said Demolition. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Denzel started leading stuff, Malcolm. So, again, it was the 90s with Denzel. So, there you go. So, yeah, Richard Roundtree's like the first one. Then, yeah, Eddie Murphy, obviously. And then probably Wesley Snipes. Those are the three. To me. Yay, me. Yeah, it'll be missed. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, chap. No, I mean, again, iconic roles. Wish he got even more to do. But, hey, what he did throughout his career, pretty amazing. In some of the most important films of the, certainly of the 20th century, from the 1970s and the 1980s, and still working to this day, and was taken too soon. So thank you, Mr. Weathers. Let's go ahead and raise our cups, chat, what we're drinking right now to Carl Weathers. May the wings of liberty never lose a feather. You're shaking the pillars of heaven, good sir. Thank you for everything that you've done and for your amazing films, which we will enjoy forever. Yeah, I remember that, Chad. Like, in a way, he's immortal because we'll literally enjoy his content forever and generations after us. So cheers and salute to him.